welcome her while we interact.
Good evening.
Yes. Good evening, Marge. You're welcome to my live. This session is gonna be good. Can you hear my voice clearly?
I can hear your voice clearly. Can you hear my?
Okay. 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 It's 9 o'clock, so we will not waste time. We call our time our time. Okay. May we start? Are you ready?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. First of all, I would like to welcome each and every one of my followers and those who are gonna be our audience tonight. Okay, maybe some of you don't know me, and most of you know me here as I can see Cassie Essence watching us from Sweden. Thank you for joining, my brother. My name is Stephen Wise. I'm a certified life coach, author of books, and a trainer. Okay, I am also a licensed safety officer. I am versatile anywhere. So here with me is my very big sister, friend, Margareta Perez.
Yeah. Hello.
The managing director in a very renowned company in the Philippines. So permit me to welcome her to my live section. It will also please you to know that she has been in a very good relationship with an African for some years. So she has a very good experience with the life of the Africans. So she happened to travel to one of the countries in Africa, the giant of Africa, Nigeria. So, I watched her videos, I watched her live sessions. She was so excited and impressed to visit such country. So that is why I try to invite her so that she can share her experiences and her views regarding the country Nigeria in quote. You are welcome, Margareta.
Thank you
So,
so much.
may we start with this. What inspired you to visit that country, Nigeria, and what were your initial expressions about our country?
Okay. Um, why there because first the reason is my boyfriend. So I wanted to like a supportive one for him. And at the same time, I have been talking with the family a long time through video call, and I felt that that was the time that I had to go and visit Nigeria and then experience it myself. So and of course, as I mean, when we say Nigeria, I talk to are not into Nigerian, are not to Nigeria and the culture, they normally have a bad impression of what Nigeria is about. So when I was having my friends, they would tell me, okay, yeah, this is the kind of stuff. Okay, so where was that? So that's the reason why Nigeria. But first, like, of course, there were a lot of warnings because when you Google Nigeria, of course, you see that there's not too many good reviews about the country, right? But when I decided to go there, mine was like really okay. I've heard so many things. I have heard and read so many not so good things. So my decision was to see the good side of Nigeria when I'm there. Okay,
Okay.
of course, in every country, you cannot really say that it's all good. Like Philippines, you cannot really say it's all good in Philippines. There's always good and bad, right? So,
Yes, yes.
but in Nigeria, well, I wasn't warned by my partner that there's no 24/7 electricity.
Yes,
That's number one.
yes, because these are your experiences, right?
Yeah, so it was not my first month in Nigeria wasn't that easy because first there was no electricity, and that's the truth. Sometimes we're only given 2 to 3 or 2 to 5 maximum hours of electricity for the whole day. So you can say that the cost of living is kind of hard or kind of expensive because you really buy gasoline every day for you
Mm.
to function, right? And the other thing is the internet is not too stable, and
Yes.
and all those things you could question like, okay, that's the reason why people are going outside the country because they have to
Yes.
find a life outside the country.
Mm.
I started observing. That's when I started observing the people, the kind of lifestyle that they have. And it is true. And I've been to 4 states of Nigeria. I've been to Lagos, I've been to Abuja, I've been to Oweri, and I've been to Port. Okay. And I
Wow, you traveled wide already.
why don't you can you consider it wide, no?
Through
Hi,
airplane or driving?
Stanley's there. Hello, Stanley.
Yes. And were you driving or you were flying?
um, Going to Lagos and Abuja, it's
Okay.
plane ride. To
Yes.
over we're just using Stanley's car. So I have observed everything because when I observe, like, is this experience I'm only experiencing in one state, or is it the same with different state, or is it the same with different state? You understand? So
Yes, yes.
because it's so hard. Like I have some sort of a disclaimer when explaining this because people might say, "Oh, maybe you are not in a real good place. That's why you're experiencing that." No.
Mm, mm.
So I mean, this life is not for people who have good life in Nigeria. Life is not people who have solar panel in their house. This life is not for people who can afford to buy 5,000 naira of gasoline for the generator for 24/7. This actually, I'm talking about the hardship of Nigeria in general. Whether
Yes.
whether I'm in Lagos, whether I'm in Abuja, Port Harcourt, and all.
Mm, mm.
Those are the things that I have experienced myself. So,
Yes.
and when I started like to interact with people, talk to them, teenager kids, women, men, and then get to realize that these people are very smart people. You know, they are conversant. They love saying good morning, good afternoon, good evening until you get tired already. And then when I have interaction with them, of course I get to ask what are the job opportunities you guys have here, how much is the salary, minimum wage salary for the whole month. And then of course every day we're spending food and all that. So you get to compute that the minimum salary of one family household there is not enough to actually feed the whole family. You know, the
Yes.
salary is like what, 30 to 50,000 naira, which is equivalent to 3,000 to 5,000 only. How can you feed 1 kilo of chicken 3,500 naira?
Mm,
Small, portion of beef is what, 3,500. How can
mm.
you like just only for one meat,
Yes.
and you have to eat 3 times a day?
Yes.
And how can you like manage those expenses for the whole month, feeding like what, 3 4 members of the family? So that's when you get to realize that life is really hard for them. So
Mm,
everyone was hustling, even
mm,
kids. After school, they have to go to the store and help their family. They have to, sell something, sell food,
mm,
and all that.
mm.
So, and these people, if you come to think of it, when you look at them, they don't know that outside their country, outside Nigeria, there's 24/7 electricity because they think that not having electricity is normal. So when I ask them, and you know what's not good, sir? That's why I said that this country needs a lot of help from international community, especially those philanthropists. There's a lot of billionaire philanthropists looking for countries to help, right? And just imagine people talking about Nigeria as bad country, as poor country. But have you been to Nigeria for you to really see that? Have you been there to experience what they have? And imagine they have natural gas, sir. Nigeria is actually known for having a lot of good resources. They have natural gas, crude oil. They have lead, zinc. They have a lot of good resources that's actually demand to other countries, which they can actually
Actually,
sell.
they from the 100% of natural resources, Nigeria have 95, if not more than.
Exactly. Actually, natural gas, thing that made me really surprised and kind of shocked because natural gas actually is for the production of electricity. And you guys is actually number one in Africa. And you are 13th in the world. Just imagine. And yet your country doesn't have electricity. And then why is that? So what I'm talking about is for you to be able to understand Nigeria, you have to understand the government, the politics, the lifestyle, everything, because it's all a chain reaction. So I feel like it's just unfair that Nigeria and Nigeria are basically judged by the whole world without really experiencing what do they have there. So yeah, so with the job opportunities, when I was asking people, what kind of job do you guys have here? So with the months and months that I've been there, they're telling me it's either you sell in the mall, you sell in the store, or you work in a family business, store or carinderia or restaurants or government, or you're a business person, or you are it's either you are rich or you are in the lower level. You understand?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So that's what I'm saying. So so what I'm saying is maybe the reason why people are getting out of the country, maybe people are struggling that there were no job opportunities that are actually presented to them. What do I mean by that? Because in every country there is a what we call departmental for job. This is your job as a head of employment industry, labor industry, to find a job for people of your country, right? So I see a lot of potentials in Nigeria because you guys can speak English. You guys
Okay,
can.
okay. Let me ask you this. Let me cut it off with this
Okay.
question. From what you have seen so far, what we have explained so far, the problem you are seeing or the problem you saw in Nigeria regarding the situation and economic situation presently, is it from the people, from the masses, or from the government?
Actually, I'm talking about like my observation because the government they already have a secure job there, right? Because for you to be able to get a job in Nigeria, there has to be some sort of connections, right?
Yes, yes.
And then my question is, what about those students who are graduating? Where are
Mm,
they going? So they're
yes.
outside. Why there were no that opportunity in Nigeria alone? I have so many friends. Where are they? They graduated already, but still they don't have job. Why?
Mhm.
There's no job opportunities for them. Okay, let's talk about employment here, sir. why am I saying that? I feel like they're losing a lot of, you know, opportunity for those who graduated or those who can speak English. Like let's talk about BPO, business process outsourcing. Let's just say that the English accent of Nigerians, they're actually not acceptable to American, US, Australian, Canadian, because Filipino accent is neutral and Nigerian accent is not acceptable for them.
It's
But
not neutral, yes.
not neutral, but that doesn't mean that that's the only job opportunity that they can present to Nigerians, because
Mm,
you guys can do email support
mm.
through chat. You guys can do customer service through chat. And there's a lot of IT people that are actually good with their, because Indian is ready for um being good in IT industry, right? Without the world knowing that Nigerians can also do that.
Yes.
Because the problem is Nigerians are not being, oh, this is what we have. It's actually employment leaders' job to, this is what we have. You should visit our country, you should check our country, you should people. Because just imagine, in Philippines, regular salary of a BPO employee level is 20 to 25,000. That's roughly around 400,000 to 500,000 naira. Just
Mm.
how much people that money can feed in one family,
Okay.
because their starting salary is 40,000 naira.
Mm.
Just giving this people an option to have a good job, because it's outsourcing. Like us in the Philippines, we're doing it from the Philippines. They can also do it in Nigeria.
Yes.
You get my point, sir. So that gave me an impression that, okay, that's the reason why sometimes they have to resort to some things that's not good, because they have too much options. There were no options presented to them that you can do this, you can do that. This is something you can do decently. So they're when they were kids, their mindset is just to have the family. That's all. They just have to graduate. They just have to know. And what's next? What's the plan? Unless you came from a family who's financially stable, unless you came from a family where you get support from outside the country. But I'm talking about generally how much,
Yes.
yeah, how who are actually graduate, how much percentage who already graduated college but still jobless because there were no jobs presented to them. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying? So those were
That is, we are talking about the level of unemployment.
yes, because even before, sir, um I'm not just talking about the level of unemployment, sir. I'm talking about the potential that you people have in Nigeria. You
Yes.
guys can speak good. You guys are very smart. You guys are very, you know street smart. We call it street smart.
Yes.
So if Filipinos can do it, if Indian can do it, they also have a thick accent,
Yes.
right? If
Yes.
others can do it, why can't you?
Mm.
Why can't, because your government, right, is like this ability to like introduce what you guys have. And before we got into BPO Philippines, we didn't have BPO before. Now we
Yes.
have millions and millions of employees right now. Why? Because Mar Rojas, he introduced the Philippines. Hey, we can do good English. Maybe you want to outsource your service to us. Maybe we can do customer service for you. Maybe we can do sales for you. You understand what I say? And that opportunity, I think Nigeria is missing that part. I mean, you have to give people some options so that they can have a better choice for
Yes.
themselves.
Yes.
So that's it. So,
Okay.
for,
So let me ask you this question: what aspect of Nigerian culture, tradition, or their daily life that fascinated you most while you stay there in that country?
okay, they are very hardworking.
Mm.
I'm actually delighted. Like, okay, fascination. Let me talk about one experience that I wanted to share to everyone. Like, there's this I think 10 years old or 12 years old boy that was like taking our garbage out from the house every other day. Okay,
Okay.
my boyfriend was giving him 409 every time taking it out. So that has been every other day routine and all that. And one time I was left alone. My partner was out doing his errands and all. And then the boy came, took the garbage, and he went out the naira. Understand?
Okay.
Then he complained. He said, "Ma'am, um, I still have another friend that I have to give him money to because we have to bring it to blah blah blah." And then
Okay.
I smiled. I asked him, "My partner was just giving you 400 naira, and I'm giving you 1,000. You're complaining." And then he laughed. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. And that made me laugh too. Why am I sharing this story? Because if I'm like a back temper, you know that,
Mm.
right? I
Yeah.
probably give him, you're such an agent, blah blah blah. Blah. Why would you lie to me? Blah, blah, blah. So at that time, I was thinking, when you come to think of it, why the boy would say like that at an early age of 10 or 12? Because he already experienced how life hard is. That he needs to find a way for him to earn more. You understand, sir? So I will not be objective. I'll be mad at him. Why are you overpricing me and all that? But when you are in Nigeria for months and you get to experience the kind of food that they have there, you would understand. And do I blame him? No, I don't blame him. Why? Because maybe the person is feeding some of his siblings, right? So I would have a judgment right away. I would probably hate the boy. But if you experience Nigeria, like all of us here watching, you experience Nigeria, it's gonna be so hard for you to judge them right away without really knowing what they're going through on a daily basis. Do you understand my point? So everyone
Yes.
was finding ways to hustle. For example, sir, these are all funny stories that I'm telling. For example, I'm gonna eat in a restaurant and then I have a menu, and then a menu, let's say it's 2,500 naira. I will come 3,500 naira. And I would question, why is it 3,500? It's not 2,500. No, ma'am, the menu is not updated. So, I mean, those experience, you think it will be in the Philippines for so long? Will we experience something like that in the Philippines? Of course
Yeah,
not.
yes, yes, of course. Let's be objective in this aspect now, or being, even here in the Philippines, foreigners when foreigners go to a place to buy something, the price increase immediately.
Yeah, but when the send it to you, then you have to follow the. So,
Yes, you have to follow. So that, I think that as long as most third world countries just they do that. Really, once they see a foreigner, it happens.
judging them, but it's more of like understanding
Mm,
the life that they have on a daily basis. And I wish that the world will see how hard life is there, and
mm,
I hope that they will see that there's a potential to really help the country. I mean, like Singapore, before they got to the position of developed country, it took them like to make some changes. And I think for your country, it takes really a great leader to change everything, because everything there is in Nigeria is a change out of what you guys have. And I don't know how you guys are gonna do that. You have to have a very, very straightforward leader, and a leader that would have a heart to really help develop your company. Because in the Philippines, you understand that we have people power. So when we don't like the leader, we feel that the leader is not doing good. So what we do is we go out of the street and we make sure we ask them. So when I asked them how if they do that in your country, they said they cannot because they something like that. So I don't know if there's truth to that, because what the saying is, I don't feel hopeless for your country because I believe that it takes time, but I believe that
mm.
we're there. And one day I feel like you guys have 7 electricity, and I feel like you will have a very good future as well. It's just basically all up to the people, not to the leader.
Okay, okay, that's good. That's good. So, how do your interaction with the locals there? Were you able to interact with some local people there? So, if there are some local people there that you interacted with, how did your interaction with them shape your own understanding of Nigeria?
Okay,
And
actually,
what are the lessons have you learned so far from that place?
it pays to be kind. I've been interacting with people every day. All walks of life, kids. My personality is like I love interacting, not just for the sake of interacting. I just want to I want to make them feel comfortable, because at the end of the day, I'm a white woman, so they like stranger. They love entertaining you and all. So I love also talking and to learn and understand what Nigeria is all about. So I get to ask questions from elders. I ask questions from uncles. So I'm trying to understand what Nigeria has, because I wish, really one day. I mean, there are a lot of billionaire philanthropists that would like to spend their money to countries and all that. And a lot of influential people, a lot of people all over the world are talking about climate change without understanding that there's a lot of smoke belching in Nigeria, the cars, the gasoline, and all that.
Mm.
So just imagine if they will see Nigeria that the cars are not regulated, just how much money they will put to that country just for them to clean the air. So I just don't know how you guys manage it based on the kind of government you guys have. But potentially speaking, a lot of potentials in Nigeria in terms of employment, in terms of if that country is funded, that country is supported in a lot of ways. That country's infrastructure in terms of having internet, fast internet, and 24/7 electricity. Imagine you guys have natural gas. I mean, natural gas is supposed to give you electricity 24/7. I don't understand why you don't have that. You guys are number one on natural gas who has resources in your country. You understand, sir? So you will feel bad. Why does these people wouldn't have that much options? And just imagine like elders. When I was telling them, I was showing them my video in the Philippines, in my room, and and they asked, "So do you have 24/7 electricity?" I said yes. And just imagine, sir, these people will die not knowing a life outside Nigeria, not knowing that there's good life outside Nigeria, and that it's a human right to have a 24/7 electricity. You understand? That's just basically what makes me feel bad for these people, and I feel like they deserve better. And I told my uncles and elders there, one day I believe for your kids, for your grandchildren, one day they will experience the life they deserve.
Yeah.
And for now, I think for now that this is the kind of situation, because they complain about the kind of government they have and all that. So for now, I think the goal was like to really save money. If you can send your kids to outside the country, or you can settle a life outside the country, that would be good. yeah, I do believe that there's no place like home because you're. But if you really want your family or kids to experience what life is all about, then send them outside for now. That even in the mall, sir. I was so excited the first time I'm gonna go to the mall because okay, it's gonna be cold there. There's gonna be 24/7 electric there. So I was kind of even at the big mall in Abuja. I went there and I was kind of disappointed. The air was not too strong,
Yeah.
and at the same time, it's night and all that. I understand that they have to put gas on it. So those are the things that I've experienced. I'm not complaining, I adapted to it. I adapted to it actually. The only hardship is like one, and then after that, I got so used to the heat. I got so used to the heat. And then not so many products available, but I think you guys have to like also improve the importation and exportation.
Actually, you really enjoyed it because your partner has money. You will not lack the electricity as per se. There will be steady electricity and security with you. So
Yes,
that one is assured.
the market is a police woman, so that's why we have to import all the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. So actually, guys, our audience, I am speaking with a very smart and intelligent lady here,
Yeah,
and you can see her analysis and her own experiences and her own views regarding the country where she visited. Likewise, each and every one of you can visit any country and you have things to find. Okay, no country that you visit without if you are somebody who is analytical, maybe you can take your own view. You can find things from the country that you visit. So that is why I really find it so fascinating with the experiences that she is trying to share with us, or she is sharing with us. Likewise, each and every one of you will like to try.
yeah.
Can I ask you, did you see elephants, lions, wild animals walking on the street of Nigeria?
So in our backyard we have every damn thing alligator. Yeah. Bear.
Okay. So as people may view it here, some people say there are a lot of wild animals. If you travel to Nigeria, they walk on the street, they can consume even big,
Yeah.
big tiger and lion.
Maybe I wasn't able to explore that one.
Maybe you go to zoo. There are many in the zoo.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do
I'm
you
pretty sure this live. I'm pretty sure a lot of YouTube and TikTok. I mean, this live is not about the people of Nigeria. I mean, the government of Nigeria maybe they would like to explore the BPO industry, sending a proposal to American Canadians companies. That's what we have. I think this is the time also that they have for what their people can explore.
mm,
Oh, it isn't just about me having a job in the government of Nigeria. It's not just me getting a salary as head of a district in Nigeria. This is
mm,
about me making friends for my
mm,
people before I die.
mm,
So I wish they can explore that opportunity for their people because there's a lot of potential students who are very, very smart, who are very, very talented, and they can actually talk English, actually, easily, and they can actually train so easily. Because when you talk to them, even 10 years old, they can actually interact. So just imagine if they have the proper training. And at the age of 80, just imagine earning 400, 500 for your family. It's not
yes,
something. You understand my point?
yes. So what do you what? Okay, now you have seen a lot of potentials. Can you hear my voice clearly?
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you have seen that there are a lot of potentials in Nigerians. Okay, so those who are, you have seen those potentials in those who are there. Okay, what about those who are outside? How do you also believe that this is fair? That when they come to outside places, for example, in the Philippines, they find it difficult to find a job. The country don't give them
Mhm.
job when there are a lot of potentials in IT, in different kinds of industries, but man, you can apply 100 times, they will not take you. So
Okay.
what do you have to share about that?
Okay. That is a very good question. I actually like your question, sir. Um, when I was like preparing for my talk with you, I was thinking of when you go in the Philippines, what do you guys will expect in the Philippines as soon as you arrive? There were a lot of Nigerians, like the moment they go to the Philippines, they will be shocked. They will be culture shocked because there's a lot of like difference. Like, for example, a village where all women are just dressed like clothes, and in the Philippines, suddenly you will see everyone is wearing shorts. And then Philippines is a very liberated country. We are a democratic country where we practice everything. We have gays, we have LGBT, we wear what we want, questioning you and all that. So my advice, actually, for Black community in the Philippines who came from Nigeria, if I will see, I will check the immigration. You will see that one of the countries that has overstaying status is Nigerians. When I around about it and when I research about it, because I wanted to find out why. Why are they not concerned about having, okay paper in this country?
Overstayed, yeah.
Yeah. So then I realized like um the moment they arrive, like I always feel that before you go out of your country, it's actually your homework. And it's your job to know the things that you're supposed to do the moment you arrive in the Philippines, because ignorance of the law excuses no one. So the thing is, when I say that you do homework, I'm not talking about asking your co-black.
Yeah.
Asking Google, asking the right people, asking the right, because the co-black will tell you, oh, it's okay, you go Philippines, I'm in the Philippines for 5 years and they don't, something like
Yes.
that. It's okay, you can, okay, I've been here and they don't fucking care, something like that.
Yeah, very correct.
Yeah, so what I wanted for Nigeria to have, like in the Philippines, actually I mean it. I mean you can even actually start it, sir. I want like Nigerian community to have like sort of an organization with a vision and mission where every like to have organization like Filipinos will come there, they have to attend orientation. So we are not a part of the government, right? It's just like friends of Filipinos who are in Canada, because my company is in Canada, so we just have office. So what I'm talking about is I wish that there is a black community organization in the, that would cater the needs of Nigerian people, because some Nigerian people are doing their homework to study what kind of laws that we have here, what is overstaying, how can you stay. So the moment they arrive in the Philippines, I would wish that they would go to a certain place where they can have an initial orientation of what you guys. Oh, what do you have? Do you have student visa? What do you have? Do you have tourist visa? Well, this is what you're gonna do. So it's like giving them little advice so that they don't have to go through the process of paying under the table. Because the truth is, if you process your papers, it will not take you so much. You understand? Because your the problem is the reason why you guys are having a hard time. Because it will like, compound already. Compound to like 100, 200, 300. At such time that you will not be able to pay for it. But you should find someone to put it under the table. So what I'm saying, if you guys have some kind of an organization in the Philippines, that would, okay, before they pay for it, because you can take care of without a person benefiting from it, right? Because you have expenses to expose, you have to pay your room, your everything. So the moment they arrive, they have an orientation. This is the this is what to do and not to do. This is the law that they have. Once your tier to will expire, you will have to go here. So things like that. I mean, an organization that really talks about real brotherhood. That really talks about also that this is my country. I am Nigerian and country, and I want to help them. I want them to so that they will not mess up in the Philippines, so that they will have they can freely enjoy Philippines, because admit Sir Stephen that living in the you guys can do everything you want to do. You guys can enjoy malls. We have a lot of restaurants.
You are correct. You are
Yeah.
correct.
So if you plan to like live in a place where you think you can be comfortable, let's admit it. One of those countries is actually Philippines, right? It's only that if you have the right documentation, right know-how of what we have here. Because
Yes.
I say when you get out from Nigeria, you go to a different country, not Philippines, you will have to adapt. And the country will not adjust for you.
Yes.
You will adjust. So yeah, that's all that I can share with you.
Marge, I like the conversation. I hope the conversation is going well. Okay.
Yeah,
Now
so
I was in line with the question. Okay. I do you really encourage your government to free from the potentials that we are seeing in Nigerians? You know, do you really encourage your government to give them opportunity to work or not?
please, not the government, because the BPO industry is actually a uh, uh, company. It's actually company from all over the world. We have BPO from Canada, US, Australia, and all. So the organization that I'm talking about, sir, is like if you guys have an organization that would train these people, you can get me as a trainer, train for
Okay.
free.
Yeah, good. But you know what? I had this opportunity to because I'm a Rotarian. Okay,
Mhm.
I belong to Rotary Club here. So I was having this conversation with one of my friends, Rotarian, one day. I told her, Mom, if you want to see, or if you want to know what Nigerians can do in your country, okay? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I said, if you really want to know or to see what we can do to your economy or to the economy of your country, tell you people should give these people, Nigerians in the Philippines, just point one, forest
Yeah.
where you are not using, okay? Let the government point a forest there and just give them, stay here, do your business.
Right.
And when you do that, point this place. Okay, this place is for the foreigners called Nigerians in the Philippines. Do whatever business you like
Mm-hmm.
legitimately in
Mm-hmm.
this area. Give your country 1 2 years, you will
Mm.
see the impact in the economy of the country. So
Right.
yeah, that is in line. Talking about the potentials you
Mm-hmm.
have seen, we
Mm-hmm.
are 100% talented. Okay,
Exactly.
those people can do. If you go to any part of the world, they are thousands of them doing well.
Right.
You cannot talk about the tech industry in the Western world without Nigerians.
That is so true. And
Fast
when
check. Okay,
yeah,
you can fast check. Okay, you
yeah.
can fast check me. You cannot talk about the tech industry,
TV
even the medical industry, without talking about Nigeria. So that is by the way. So thank you for being able to identify the fact or that these people have a lot of potential. So
even
let me ask you this question again. If you have anything to say, you say that before we go to another question.
yeah, in addition to that, the question like how about those people in the Philippines already? If there's a potential opportunity for them, I can say,
Mm,
but this is the thing with you. You just throw this soldier to a war when they are not armed or when they don't have armor in them, right?
yes.
That the organization brotherhood is very important because you guys have to like get actually train them. Uh,
Mm,
what is chat support? What is email service? What is customer service? So you can just give them what those jobs are all about, so that when they get interviewed, they will have a chance to answer it. I mean,
mm,
accepting newbies, they are accepting non-experienced people, and these people, like Nigerians, can actually chat, they talk, they can actually email that. So and all job opportunities with the BPO is like they have training, they have training, like they have training based on how good you are. So it's possible for them to have a job, but only that it's their choice if they want to take a job, because there's a lot of Cameroons who are actually working in the BPO industry, speaking people, and they're getting good salaries. And let's just say that the salaries can in Nigeria, so whatever earnings they have in their job, it's just a bonus. So that's it.
yes. Hello, ma'am. Highlighting your experiences and your discussion, what advice would you give to individual Filipinas, okay, your fellow ladies who are in love with Nigerians, who are dating Nigerians, both serious and those who are not serious? What advice could you give them if you are opportune to give them such advice? What advice those who are dating Nigerians? They say we are very, very stubborn people. So, so please, from your experience and your good experience, can you share advise people like that?
Yeah, actually, there is no, I would say that there is no perfect formula having a good relationship with either Nigerian race. So I always believe that being in a relationship with someone is always a choice, and it takes a lot. And honestly speaking, at first year relationship with an African guy, it was hard because there were things that you'll not be able to understand. There were things that you will be shocked. Why is it like why? But if you're not gonna search on, if you're not gonna understand the behavior, or you understand where they're coming from, then you would have judgment right away. And
Mm.
especially for me, I've been to Nigeria. I understand where they're coming from. Now I understand why it's like that. So it's my job. I love the person, and it's my job to be a part of his team. That I'm part of the team that with one goal of getting a good life together. Because you cannot have a long relationship with a Nigerian if you're lazy. If you
Yes.
have a relationship
Please
with a
repeat it. Repeat. I want you to repeat that sentence.
yeah, you can yeah, because you cannot be. This is the truth
Yeah,
because they hustle.
it's a fact. It's a fact. Okay, that is what I want you to repeat.
Yeah, I'm talking about given the situation that I've explained. Like the life
Yeah.
hard it is, and you would understand why they're hustling so hard, because life was
Yeah.
so hard. And being in a relationship with Nathan is just happiness, or intimacy, or love. It's about commitment, and it's about what you can share to the table.
Yes.
And vice versa. And, as
Vice versa.
yeah, vice versa. You cannot be fucking lazy. Like being in a relationship and just wait for the person to feed you and all that. It has to be. You should
Yes.
think there's something, and let's
You can.
talk about it together.
Yes. You cannot have a relationship with a Nigerian man if you are lazy. A very big point. Now, I want us to look into some comment here. This man said, I am representing because I am in the ring." Okay, he's a boxer. Okay, he's boxing. He's into boxing here in the Philippines. Maybe you might know him. Okay, this one said, "It is very wonderful to know that professionality is the key in getting a good job. Yes, you are correct. Did you have any problem adapting to their culture?
I can
That is a
answer that.
question from audience.
Okay, I like your question. Did I have a hard time or did I have problems? No, because when you are in a relationship with Nigeria, if you're close-minded, then you would have a hard time. When
Yes.
you're open-minded and you to learn everything and you everything, open arms, then you will not have a hard time. Because it's a two-way relationship. You will learn also from them, despite the hardship that they in their country. You will learn a lot of things. For me, my boyfriend, I learned before I used to like get irritated, but because he's also he easily gets irritated, so I had to adjust. Okay, I'm the one to adjust because so
Okay, instead of you to be expecting him to adjust, you got to make the adjustment
yeah,
yourself.
you know why? The reason for that, sir, is I realized on the first year of the relationship, if I'm gonna go against him, you're gonna clash. But
Yes.
when you try to understand, because in Nigeria there are a lot of words at first that you will be shocked because why are you saying those words? It's not acceptable to us. It's not. But be honest, you're shocked at first. I'm
Yes.
honest. But the moment I arrive in Nigeria, that's when I realized that those words don't mean anything.
They are common.
So, so every time I hear, okay, I don't take it personally because even in a casual conversation, they just
Yes.
say, what, you are an idiot and all. It's like, it doesn't justify in the behavior because just like I said, sir, the moment you go to the country, you have to adjust. You
Yes.
have to whatever words that's coming out from you, you have to take it out because if I'm adjusting for you, you also have to adjust to me.
Mm.
And then for me, and when I become resilient, then he started to see it, and I'm being able to influence him also to be resilient also, you know, and then I'm teaching him okay, calm down, just inhale, exhale, exhale. So as a girlfriend, you really have to. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of intelligence. It takes a lot for you to have a like strong
Mm.
heart. Because if you want to have a long-term relationship with Nigeria, you have to have open communication because sometimes it's not easy because life is not easy for them. So if you want to be a partner to them, show them this is what we have. And for Nigerians also, let's tell the Nigerians as well that being in a relationship with Filipinos, I'm telling you, there's a lot of wonderful Filipina. You're
A
gonna be with
lot.
you.
A lot.
Yeah, a
You're
lot.
very correct. Mm.
You're gonna be with you through thick or thin, poor, richer,
This
sickness.
this man, I think I need me a Filipina wife. They are lovely people. Okay.
Yeah, and not only that, I mean, if you actually get a decent Filipina, they can actually be faithful to you, even when you're not with them. They are,
Yes.
and the Filipina is if you're Nigerian, I'm just telling you that if you're married to a Filipino, they take care of your kids, but they also
Yes.
take care of your husband. So if your Filipino wife is looking at your activity, that's something that you have to accept because this is what we are, who we are.
Yes.
So
Yes.
there has to be like a both ways. It's like we have to work as a team. If our goal is like to have a full house, to buy more cars, to have a business like this, no, it has to be a team. It's not Filipina. It has to be both Nigerian and Filipina. So you have to learn how to coexist. We have to learn how to open communication. And you will love Filipina. Filipinos are very wonderful people.
Let me ask you, how were you able to cope with the hard voice of your partner?
The hard voice.
Yes,
Yeah,
the strong voice of your partner. Because that is really a hard time.
yeah,
She's giving hard time to so many ladies here.
yeah. Even like sometimes they're just wanting to express something and you think they're upset. But the truth is they're not really upset because they have a strong voice. And
Mm.
what's funny, when all of his friends are all together, they're like, it's just like, okay, there's war. But it's okay. It's normal. I mean, I easily I adjusted very easy because I observe a lot. I studied every so I observed. It's like before diving into the ocean, I also observe like, okay, so what is this? So sometimes you have to find a reason for this, for the behavior, for the reaction and all. So those are the things that it took me years. It's not just an overnight thing that I'm okay. It took me years to really understand. Just like what I said, it takes a lot of like for you to have a great
Open
mental,
minded.
yeah, you have to like have a great heart, strong mind to be Nigerian because and at the end of the day, it's always a choice. And for Nigeria, I mean if you will be able to find someone who will be there for you, to take your thing, who was there for you because not all Filipino women are, you know, not all Filipino women's goal is like be with you. Some of them they just love intimacy and then bye goodbye.
Okay. Wait,
Oh,
lang.
okay.
Okay, coming from your personality,
Mm-hmm.
your level of professionalism, your career, and the job you have, and you studied and you have met people from different walks of life. Okay, you started a relationship with this Nigerian guy. What was the impression of your peer group, of your workmate, your friends in the Philippines when you started the relationship with Nigeria?
Yeah.
So what they were like, there will be
Mm-hmm.
some kind of impression or words, expression that they give you, maybe to encourage you or to discourage you.
Just
Can you
mostly
share?
it, mostly when you introduce them or when you tell them you're dating a Nigerian guy, the first reaction would be, "Are you sure? Don't you know? Google them. This is the kind of impression this person will just, like this and that." So it's all about, it's all negativity. But at the end of the day, I have my own brain, own mind to decide for myself, and
Yes.
I'm not the person who would judge right away based on what people would tell me, because I always feel that having a prejudgment over a person without knowing them at all. I mean, not I'm not saying all Nigerians are good,
No,
also
no, no,
bad,
no, 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 no,
but
no, no. Nowhere is all good.
yeah, but when I chose to be with him, it was my choice to fight for him. It was my choice to, and even some Nigerian friends that we have, like whenever people ask them of their nationality, they're afraid to be saying Nigerian because of the judgment of Filipinas.
Yes,
And I
correct.
told them, you have to be proud of who you are, because as long as I mean, they don't know who you are. I mean, they don't know your own personality. It doesn't mean that you guys have a bad impression in the international community. It doesn't mean that that's who you are. So if they ask you, sometimes I'm from Africa, I'm Black American. No, be proud of who you are, and then show them who you are.
Mm.
You understand my point? So even my friends, I was telling, it's not good to be have judgment like. I mean, you try to get to know them. Like what I disclaimer, I'm not all saying that all Nigerians are good. I'm not saying all Nigerians are bad, but I'm saying it depends on the person. And so yeah, so generally, impression is not good in the condominium, right? Some tenants are not actually allowing Nigerians, and it's kind of fair. But somehow, if you will have an organization that would talk about why Nigerians are not accepted in other condos, then you would have to explain to them the things that they're doing to those condo owners, and that they should avoid doing that, because you guys have to make a good impression of who you are in our country. You understand my point?
You know, you know, yeah. Coming to that aspect. I made a conversation with a guest also. I think 2 weeks ago, like that. I talk about the he asked me a question regarding people having this fear of going to a new environment or relocation, fear of racism or discrimination. This is coming to this in line with this conversation that we are having now. This particular point you made regarding people not giving um, Nigerians condominium. I base it on the fact that these people are not well exposed. If you meet a Filipino, a exposed Filipino who have traveled outside the country, okay, who has this open-minded, they don't deny Nigerians
Right.
accommodation. Never, never. They don't do that.
Mhm.
It is only those who are still raw. They are not being brushed or have this opportunity to interact with different people and open-mindedness, as we said. They are the people doing that. This I told him, if you are talking about racism, it's an intrinsic part of human being.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody have this tendency of
Yeah.
racism, because you have this tendency of identifying with your identity.
Yeah.
So it's normal. It takes open-mindedness, and
Exactly.
it takes a level of exposure to
Mm.
know that you don't give prejudgment to people and you don't discriminate people because of what you have heard. I think the landlords that I have had here, that I never had any problem with them. They are so good. They become family friend and father.
Right. Right.
So it's like that. There are people who live in house. They become nuisance. Okay. There are also people who live in your house. They become
Right.
sons and father-like
I agree.
people. So that one is all about being brushed, okay, being exposed. It takes exposure and open-minded person to give out.
Oh, sure.
Even the Chinese are having this kind of problem. I learned that. So it's all about that.
Right.
Let me conclude. I think this we are taking up to 1 hour already, right? Are
Okay.
you tired?
I'm not. I'm cool. We're
maybe
both
you, you, you
Sagittarius.
maybe you have paperwork to do now.
Mm-hmm.
So let me read this out. Only I will have to read it because I jotted it down so that I will not forget. Okay. How do you plan to share the positive aspect of Nigeria and its people with others to help change, any misconception they may have about this people.
Yeah, actually, the best way to um clear the misconception about people is like through word of mouth. We call it in the marketing, we call it word advertising. So it's like you talk about it, you explain to them experience, you experience it yourself. That would be a great manifestation of what I'm talking about. I'm not just talking about because I learned from internet, I'm talking about from my own experience. So that's why I would really encourage like you in the Nigerian community, an organization, that it's never too late. I always believe that for Black Nigerian community, never too late for you to have an organization that would have a very good mission and vision that would actually help your own Nigerian in the. I'm pretty sure there's a lot of their legal advice. I'm pretty sure there are Nigerians here in the Philippines that feel scared because they still have this status not yet cleared, and no one's giving them good advice and no one's helping them. So you have to really transfer all the know-how knowledge that you have with the help of co-Nigerians too, with the help of Filipinas too, who are in a relationship with Nigerians. I mean, I cannot do it alone, and you cannot just do it alone, sir.
Yes.
But you understand, like, have an organization that would do orientation with people of what they can do in the country, what legal advice that they need, what they can do whenever what which I mean which part of the immigration would actually help them, and even the people that needs legal advice, like even some co-blacks would actually take advantage of them by asking payment. So all these bad impressions, all these bad things and bad doings that they're doing with their co-blacks and Filipinos, there's still time to correct all of it. I always believe that the problem with Nigerians because their mind is always money, 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 money. Understand? But I also understand that I'm not saying that money is not money is number one. But you also have to understand that aside from money, it's always good to have relationship with people because there will come a time when your own money will not work for you. But the people who you have good relationship would
Yes.
actually do things for you. You
Yes.
understand? So money, yes, money is very not the time it's gonna side on you. You
Mm.
understand? So it's always good like to have a relationship with people as well. For those blacks also and Nigerians, I would suggest that you guys have a lot of not so good stories having a relationship with people. If you wanna break up with them or break up with Filipinas, you make sure that you do it, the diplomatic way. I always believe that when you have a very good resolution or a good breakup, then there's not gonna be a fight or to the point that you would go through legal implications and all that. So
Correct. Correct.
you understand
You are,
that?
yeah, correct.
So I always believe in like the diplomatic approach of because Nigeria is like hard temper, bad temper, and all that. So I always believe like, okay, I'm not in love with you anymore. I don't love you anymore. Then you try to talk to the woman and break up with them properly, so that you don't have problems with
Mm.
them
Yes.
the way you want it because you're not scared that this woman to do something stupid to you. So that's just what I'm saying. It's like Filipinas are understanding. You just have to give them proper
Mm.
because not having a proper exit is not also good because it's kind of insulting also. So I also hope you understand where Filipinas are coming from. As much as we would like to understand you, I mean, just like what I said, we don't have a perfect formula to have a perfect relationship. But I
Yes.
always believe when you have a very good communication and you Nigerian coming to the Philippines, you have to unlearn things from Nigeria to learn new things from the Philippines. So that's what Viva
Yeah.
was.
Thank you for that wonderful word. I used to someone like me, so many have been privileged, okay, to give good advice and good directives to so many people. Like the point you made here, breaking up wisely, okay. So some people don't break up wisely, intelligently. Okay? It takes education. When we are talking about education does not mean that you're gonna write exams, graduate from the universities. No, there are people who went to the university, they passed through the university, but the university did not pass through them. It's all about your natural intelligence.
Mhm.
Okay, if you are in a relationship with me and I found out that things are not working out well again, okay, please, can we just give a step?
Mhm.
Okay, you separate well, you break up well, but
Yeah.
these kind of things that are happening, let's say it is happening, that is why we say, yeah, some people, some Filipinas have victimized the Nigerians because of breakup. Okay,
Yeah.
some Nigerians have victimized the Filipino because of breakup. You see in the social media what they are doing. Some people will just take someone's picture and post it illegally, forgetting or without knowing the implication of or the issues of cyber libel. Okay, they just do it ignorantly. These are the people that they don't break up well. Okay, if someone break up well, by the way, it is not. I don't want to be with this woman anymore. I don't want this relationship. I will go. Please allow me to go. But there are some people, they don't want to let go, and they don't want to make the relationship happy. So these are the problems of these kind of people. So the point you made is actually very, very bright. That if you want to break up with somebody, break up well. Break up in a very intelligent manner.
Like amicable. I'm going my
amicable, right? Amicable. But not that you will break up, you will just run out of the house, or you break up. Tomorrow you begin to make issues while you are the one who run out.
Yeah.
So these issues are actually not a good step.
Exactly. Okay? And that boils down to the point of having an organization of Nigerian in the Philippines. Because imagine having those kind of organizations to tell them that, hey, what you're doing is cyber law violation.
Cyber label, yeah.
So all those things that would actually beneficial for both, like Filipinas is also for Nigerians.
Yes, there are a lot of foreigners, including Nigerians, enjoying good relationship and good marriage with Filipinos. It doesn't mean that there are no misunderstandings. There are perfect relationship. So there is always a quarrel. There's always disagreement, but there are good wives. I used to tell people, those who were able to come closer to me, I used to tell them that Philippines or Filipinas is among the wives that are ready to go home with you if you marry them well. If they are your wife, okay, they are ready to go with you. Did you see any Filipino in Nigeria?
Just like probably so.
Two? Three. But I tell you, there are a lot. I have been able, there are four. Oh, sorry, there are three working with my in-law in Lagos Island. Okay, there are four ladies working with my in-law. The one who married to my sister directly. So there are a lot of Filipinas in that country. There are a lot of women here who have decided to live their life in that country. Right. Regardless of the lack of some of the basic amenities like we need, like we mentioned here, but still they have, adapted and adopted because of what? Love. Yeah. So they are there. So the issue is just be good. Yeah. Let the man be good. Let the woman be good. Yeah. And so that is that because we are.
For Nigerians, you guys they want like find peace woman. If you want find peace with us women, you have to give us heaven, and then you'll find peace. They want peace. You guys love peace, want peaceful life with women, with Filipino women, and I mean you've been Filipino for a long time, right? So when you get peace and it's heaven, I mean even your wife can, you understand? So that's the kind of trait that we will have. We are, yeah, we are we want to be part of the growth. We want to be a part of, if we're building an empire, we want to be part of that. We'll be with
you want to build an empire with us? Your partner is really lucky,
That's the kind of, what I'm just saying, find loyal, decent Filipino woman who would want to create a life with. It's a wonderful thing, having to experience life outside the country, travel, experience a good life, so all those things. So
yeah, actually,
it takes two to tango.
It takes two to tango. Actually, I will boast about it. We are good people. We are very, very good people. Just that stubbornness. Sometimes we are stubborn. It's natural. But most of us, we understand what is the meaning of acceptance. Okay, adaptability. I used to tell you know what, when I was starting with my wife, I told her, if we are going to leave, you have to take me, first of all, as a brother.
Wow.
Because you have to take out the mentality of stranger. The problem, so many Filipinas who are living with foreigners, let me use this word, foreigner, let me make it universal, okay? Foreigners, they still have this mentality of, this mindset, okay, that I am living with a stranger. Yeah. When you have such mindset that I am living with a stranger, the one you are sleeping with, you are calling him a stranger. which means you can do things to a stranger. Okay, do you understand where I'm coming from?
Yes, I got totally.
So, but when you kill that impression of this person is a stranger,
And you took
man, you will bring out the human nature
right,
in you
right,
to build that kind of relationship. But when you are seeing me as a stranger, we are not gonna leave. We're
right.
gonna be like Ukraine and Russia.
Mm-hmm.
So that is one good way that we can live this life.
Right.
For example, there are some things that most of us complain here. Many have said that when, for example, partner on the road, you have a collision or maybe traffic issue with the traffic enforcer or with someone, you're the one you are carrying, the woman you are carrying is begin to blame you before the traffic enforcer.
So true.
It happens really. I watch one. There's a guy, creating content. I think in the province. I think that should be in Pampanga or something like that. I watched the video that she made once. I think the recent video. He was asking a lady. Said, you know, he said, your boyfriend and your brother, who would you like to be rich to make money? The lady said, no, sorry, not my boyfriend. He said, your husband and your brother, your husband. This includes the Filipino, right?
Yeah.
So who would you like to make money to become rich? The lady
Mm-hmm.
said, my brother. I said, why? Why you don't want your husband to be rich? He said, if my husband be rich, he will leave me and go to another woman. This is not mentality. So these are the things that we always try to build, and we always quite well. You said it very well that we should establish kind of community. Yes, there are. Okay, the thing is that there is none being named Nigerian community as well,
Oh,
that which
there
they
is
are
not
pride.
cater
But
that would cater the topic that I've talked about, legal assistance, like welcome them, orientation, what do we have? So
mm,
those are the things
mm.
that I'm looking forward
So
to have,
yeah, those are the areas. I got your information. Those are the areas that I have to pass across. They have to look into it. But there are communities like we call states, we
Right,
call provinces. Okay, there are the states. States here have their own communities where they interact and share ideas and talk about their welfares. They are, but Nigeria is quite a very big nation, and
right,
if you come to the Philippines. Um, Most people are not. There are people from the north, there are people from the south, there are people from the west, east. Because so it's very difficult, and those people that are diversified, they have also different
yeah,
languages. So it's very somebody that speaks Hausa language, we find it difficult to come and be in the same community with someone that speaks Igbo language, and it takes an open-mindedness, as we said.
but you guys pick one common language, is English. But
Well,
you guys pick one common English.
yeah, we speak one common language, which is Pidgin English.
Yeah.
So it is so good to have this conversation with you. Give my audience words. Give them words before we close this section.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, okay.
Excuse me. We have from here. We have people from different part of the country. People from Nigeria. People from. I know people from Europe. People from America. I've seen them here watching. A lot of Filipinos here. Please give them universal word
Yeah.
to.
I was just watching a movie yesterday in Netflix, and I heard Denzel Washington said this, sentence like referring to like or Filipinos. This is actually applicable. The whole generally, like the world has full of wonderful things. Purity can survive in this world. I mean, it can't just be clean all the time. Living conditions are varying. You understand? So staying clean in a dirt is hard, but for all of us, it's always a choice. And
Yes.
that's all, sir.
Yes. Wow. Thank you for this wonderful interaction. I think our audience, not my audience, our audience, and they have something to take home.
Yeah.
Okay. Please, before we close, if you have any question or any view to put here, please throw your questions. Let us see. Wow, that is great. Thank you, Saint Michael. May I recognize the presence of some people who are watching us, people like Freshings, Jana, Maria.
Jana Marie, hi. I
Yes.
saw
Synergy.
Sean,
Thank you, Tani.
Tanya.
Okay, Tanya.
Okay.
Tanya, Richie,
Lord,
Maximilian, thank you guys for joining us. You
thank
know,
you.
Rex, Rex Kuma. Yo, you know this name. Please help me, please. That name.
It's better. You can manage it.
Rek, Rekesh.
Yeah.
Official Uncle Destiny. Destiny, thank you for your contribution. Ajes, Mami Mo, thank you. Nel De Leon, thank you for joining. Organ Organaya 2000, thank you for joining. Love
Thank
Charm, Ba Yadono, BJ,
BJ.
yeah, BJ Sugar, Miss Senorita, thank you.
Kingston.
Baby Kendall,
Hello to my Maridona.
Legal Pattern.
Batan, hello.
Hello, thank you. Please follow my Instagram page. A lot of things there. Follow also, yeah, follow my Margarita. She also have a lot of things to share with you. Okay, follow also and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Stephen Wise. You can use the username at wisemind.he1, and my TikTok account is also Wise Mind. Okay, Steph Wise. I have a foundation also where I teach, and my goal is to educate or to, you know, the ignorant mind, okay, to make sure that people build a right mindset. You know, whatever we do in life is based on our mindset. Okay, am I correct?
Right.
Yeah, it's every without the mindset, the builders of airplane, they will not be able to make out what is airplane. It's based on the mindset. Okay, so you can also try to check on my books. I have published about 7 books, all in Amazon. There is 3 recent ones that can help you on anger management. I think it the potential murderer. Okay, you know, a lot of people are suffering from that issue of anger in our corporate world, in families, in individual life, in relationship. If you want to help yourself, get that book, The Potential Murderer by Stephen Wise. You can also get the other one that will help you to succeed in life, which is titled Not Bad to Fail. A lot of people think that failure is the end of the journey. No, failure is just a catalyst to success.
Right.
Okay, you can also get the other one, the Now Habit. Okay, it will help you to kill or to deal with your attitude of procrastination. Okay, thank you, Margarita, for giving me the chance to interact with you. And this is not gonna be the last time. I hope
Yeah.
God will
You're
keep
very
us. Yes, God will keep us and give us opportunities.
no problems.
For without so that it will not skip my mind, I would also like to give very big thanks and recognition to your partner, your boyfriend. I took permission. He is so wonderful. Thank you for granting me the opportunity to speak with your precious Jewel. Thank you,
Thank
Stan. Okay.
you for allowing me.
Yeah. Welcome, and have a blessed night.
Yeah, thank you to sir. You have a good
Yeah.
day. Have a